Hi YouTube, welcome to the maybe final, we don't know, there might be more of these at this point, Session 0 session with our newest player, I believe. Could you actually just introduce your character right at the top here?
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so, hello everyone. My name is Kilty, and my character is Eiren Thorn. He is an armorer artificer, dwarf, and he is a member who will be taking part to help construct the fifth ring.
Wonderful. But before we can get constructing on the fifth gate, where does our friend come from? We will come in an immediate tone shift. My apologies, but I'm not sorry in the slightest. We pick up on a house that is still on fire, despite having been put out several times. The door was ripped clean off of its hinges, an assault on an otherwise unassuming town, destroying it near completely. We find you and whatever small group of uninfected survivors there are, huddled in the back of a shack underground as the sounds of shambling and scratching at the cellar door still inform you it is not yet safe to go out. What would you like to do? There are two people on either side of you, a mother and a child, as well as two older people, a couple of old men who were already in the cellar. This is their wine cellar, in fact, and immediately when the assault began, they dragged as many people in as possible. Unfortunately, one of the tunnels leading out had to be caved in when some of the unfortunately raised came to find you.
Okay. So, we are in a cellar.
Yes.
You said there's myself and four others, you said?
4 others, yes.
Okay. Are they just members of the village, or do I specifically know any?
It is not a very big village. I'd say both. They're both just sort of regular, simple members of the village. Kind people you may have waved to down the street. But at this point, you would know them quite well. Surviving an encounter like this with a group of people tends to bring you a little closer together.
Okay. And so we're in a cellar. Is there another way out of the cellar, or is it just that single cellar door?
It is just that single cellar door that you can still hear a low scratching on. It sounds like a lot of the sounds have dissipated. You already saw the success of this assault was well carried out. However, necromancers are not exactly well known for carrying their armies with them, and it just simply left whatever stragglers here to pick off the last of the survivors.
Okay. Do I have any weapons? Or am I just like plain?
You have your armor, but other than just like regular smith's tools, you could use you could use your war pick, or your war hammer, not your war pick. You would definitely have that, but otherwise you're not exactly well armed.
So, you said I do still hear them outside the door?
Yes, it doesn't sound very loud, but you can hear them.
Okay. So, I'll tell everyone to just stay quiet, and I'm going to approach the door. Are there any cracks in the door that I can peek out of?
No, the door appears to be made of solid stone.
Okay.
It opens downwards, opposite to the stairs. You'd have to, like, step down a little bit on a small step ladder before, like, pulling it open. It's sort of flat at ground level.
Okay. Can I approach the door and just try and, like, as quietly as possible, open it a crack just so I can take a peek outside and see what's going on?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
All right. Perception with advantage.
Damn.
22.
22 is really good. You peek out and see what was once a village and is now several razed and ashen houses, or, well, what's left of them. You still hear that scratching, but you don't see anything as, I don't think it does, but just in case, does an 8 hit?
No, an 8 would not hit.
I did not think so. As you see a crawling hand fling itself into the cellar. It misses you, slamming against the wall. You have a chance to take an opportunity attack against it. Would you like to?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, roll to hit. Trying to remember this stat block off the top of my head. I use crawling hands a lot, so I might be able to just fully off memory use this stat block.
That's a 23 to hit.
23 absolutely hits. Do remember at this point in time, however, you would just have your regular Warhammer. The to hit isn't any different. I just think it's only 1d8 damage.
Yeah, let me double check and make sure I've got that one.
Yep.
Yep, okay, cool. Yep, alright, so 23 to hit.
23 absolutely hits.
Let me see. Am I wearing my shield right now? Let me double check that. Because depending on whether or not I'm currently wearing my shield. I am not wearing my shield, so I'm going to double hand this for a 1d10 instead.
Delightful.
That's 5.
5 damage is enough. You see it fling into the cellar. The child shrieks into its mother's arms. She grabs him, wraps around, turns to face the wall as you were just sort of pulling this warhammer up the stairs just in case there was anything. But as something does fling itself into the cellar, you raise it up with both hands, slamming into the cellar wall and reducing it to a bloodied smear as any and all sounds of scratching and shambling and moaning from the undead horde that ransacked your village is quiet. Finally, quiet.
Alright, just standing there panting, that little jump scare. I'll hold my hammer at the ready and I'll double check again to make sure there's no other creature out there.
Yeah, are you going to, like, fully open the door at this point?
Yes. I'm going to tell them to stay back, and I'm going to step out and shut the door behind me.
Good idea.
Because I've still got to find my sister. I got to go find Lyra.
Yeah, you swing open that door, shut it behind you as you come up. You see, I think you would have come up at the exact moment when Lyra was being taken. as you see the necromancer stood, not with his army around him, but with only one of his generals, a quite large skeletal figure with little bits of dripping rot and flesh, stuck generally to the neck down. He's well armored in a black suit of armor that sort of folds over itself in lots of plates and sheets. He looks very imposing, but also completely inert and silent, as the necromancer, thin as he is, yet incredibly powerful, pushes a wave of black energy around Lyra. What would you like to do?
I see my sister in danger.
Yeah.
I'm running in.
Yeah, you charge in. Immediately, the general moves to face you. He does not attack, as he has not been given the order to do so, but he is really going to try and, like, block and push you back so that this is successful. What I will say, for the purpose of technicality, you are in combat, you will act first.
I'm going to try and push through him. I'm going to take a swing with my warhammer and try and knock him back.
Absolutely. Go ahead, roll to hit.
14.
14 does not hit. You swing with your warhammer. You clash it into the center of his chest piece, trying to knock him back. You don't have time for a full fight right now. Your sister is in trouble. She's in danger. As it connects, it is like hitting a boat with a steel rod. Your hands buzz with the energy that just got pushed back into them. If you were not properly braced, if you did not know how to fight with this weapon, it's likely you would have dropped it. As you see the necromancer begin to laugh, continuing to push that wave of energy onto Lyra, you can see bits of fragmented black crystal with tinges of red start forming around her as she begins to shrink down. You have one more action before this gets very bad for the both of you. What would you like to do?
I don't have time for this guy. I'm going to try and run past him and go for the necromancer himself.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. I assume it's just like a grapple check. You're just fully going to tackle this man.
Yeah, I'm heading for it. You said an athletics check?
Yep.
A 9.
Ooh. You duck past the general, get low to the ground, sort of in like a proper football stance almost, spring off. In the exact moment you do, you hear the necromancer's voice just go, "Solve that problem now," as you feel two massive fists cave into your back. Go ahead and take 12 points of damage. As both hands of this general just... I think the move is called a tomahawk, but I'm not entirely sure. Are clasped together and slam into the middle of your back as you jump to tackle the necromancer. You collapse to the ground, seeing Lyra unconscious, encased in a black and red crystal as she shrinks down to, I'd say, about the size of a nail. Like a good long iron nail, one of those railroad spikes. And the necromancer reaches down, picks her up, looks at her, twists it in his hand, inspecting his work, and just goes, "It's not my best, but, well, it was on short notice. Due to the interruption," he says, just kicking some dirt into your face. And he goes, "Well, It would be a mercy to kill you here and now. I'm not one for mercy, nor am I one for engaging in whatever revenge quest you're going to start, so my general will sort to you if ever you come find me. I implore you to do so. I always need good soldiers to bring back. Then he puts the crystal in his pocket. You see he waves his hand in front of him, creating a small set of stairs, which he stands on, and then begins coasting upwards towards the icy mountain. The general simply walking away.
Alright, so am I prone on the ground at this point?
You are prone on the ground. The wind has been fully knocked out of you. You were sort of mid-air as both of those fists cracked into your back. And, well, I don't know if you've ever seen someone who's been hit in the spine before, but they're not looking too great afterwards.
Absolutely. So I'm going to wheezing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Oh, definitely.
I'm gonna try and use my warhammer like a staff to try and bring myself up, and I'm gonna try and struggle after him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and get shape.
You go to lift yourself up. The child from the cellar scurried out when he heard you get hit. Goes to help you. His mother trying to stop him. The general not even 60 feet away. He doesn't turn. He doesn't do anything. He keeps walking. And as they see that the attack is finished, those in the cellar and those other survivors help you to your feet. One of them is going to go ahead and cast a quick Cure Wounds on you. Damn. Heal 16.
So we got back to full.
Gorgeous. So yeah, they're like, thank you. You, I saw you when the attack started. You helped us. Thank you. And they clasp their hands over you, and just a bit of green light shines over your body, and you are healed.
Outstanding. I'll say to him, I couldn't do otherwise, but please, I have to give chase.
No,
They've got Lyra.
I'm aware. We can mount forces. We can ask for aid. There is a nearby kingdom. I fear you will not survive on your own.
I'll just kind of look at the town around me.
What's left of it.
Think about what that general did, just a single hit.
Yeah.
I was like, even through my rage and my frustration, kind of their words ring true.
Uh-huh.
I know I'm not strong enough as I am.
Uh-huh.
What would you have me do then? I can't just sit around and do nothing.
Then help us. Then work. The head of our village was he was lost in the attack, but we need someone to make sure this town is rebuilt, to make sure the aid both of soldier and of builder come. The city, it should be landing nearby. The city of dreams, Daedalus. I'm mounting a bit of a rescue to go there myself. Me and some of the other survivors, we won't let this just happen. We need someone to stay here in case they come back. You are a capable fighter. Please, just stay home. Stay here. We will be back in a day's time. The city should be landing any minute, and our horses are fast and well fed. Please.
Can I Can I see the necromancer anymore, or is he like flown off into the distance?
Both. You can see a small speck of red in a blackish cloud, almost, that just floats to a spiring tower at the top of a nearby mountain.
I'll look to them and I'll let out a huff. All right. Go for help. I'll help the townsfolk here, whoever's left.
There should be about
Please,
30
hurry.
of you. Can you keep that many safe?
How many do you say?
30.
30. Yes, I'll do my best.
Good. They raise their hand, just going, "Aye, to Daedalus." And them and about 5 other of the youngest and most fit of the dwarves in this village thunder off on mules, donkeys, horses, riding steeds to family wagon horses, anything that's left, and they thunder off towards the city of Daedalus, which you can see getting larger and larger off in the distance, sort of in the opposite direction of the snowy mountains to the, it's right behind a large forest.
All right. Seeing the devastation around me as they ride off, I'll look for anyone else who's left, and I'll say, "Help me. We have to look for any more survivors."
The 2 men, the older men that were in the cellar with you, just look at you, immediately recognizing that you are the individual who's taking charge here, and just go, "Aye, yes, I believe I heard something over there, let's go." And, for the sake of making this not the entire rest of the session, can you go ahead and give me an investigation check and a strength check?
All right, investigation and strength. Investigation is 24.
Beautiful.
And strength, just straight strength.
Just straight strength. If you'd like to, it can be athletics.
It'd be the same either way.
Yeah.
Oh God, 4.
All right. One of the old men is going to give you the help action.
All right. Does that give me advantage?
Yes.
Again. Oh, much better. 18.
Yeah, there we go. You find about another 15 survivors. A few of them have been are infected and thus must be dealt with, but you know that means they were already gone. You know well enough that if a necromancer's army is set upon a town and some of the villagers will get possessed in a way, there is no bringing them back. It is a solemn day, and it is a long night. It is quiet. Whatever's left of the houses built and refitted into not so much anything more than just a large space, the cellar being one of the only undamaged parts of this village, has been sort of, everything's been emptied out. All of the barrels, all of the bottles, well, all of the bottles that aren't being drunk, and cots and beds, blankets, pillows, feathers, hay, anything to make it more comfortable. The entire population of the town, a good 45 people, are packed in there. You and about two others are sitting around a campfire late into the night. I'll say it's about 1 in the morning by the time the other two of them go to bed. They have left you for the first watch. You are to grab one of them in about an hour's time. And there you sit, staring into the fire. A successful day, all things considered, as many people that could have been saved were saved, and any damage that has been done has been mitigated as much as it could be. The fires have been put out, the children have been put to bed. Those of a more cautious persuasion are quite surlied or drunk enough to not be an issue until their sickness of the next morning. But you sit there, staring into the fire, as I said. What is your mind on at the moment?
It's just replaying the events of the day.
Yeah.
All the destruction of the town. Being helpless to stop as the necromancer captured my sister into that stone. Being unable to give chase, how I was overpowered by that undead general.
Uh-huh.
The feeling of utter helplessness. The feeling of, I have to do something, but what?
Yeah.
What can I do?
You feel something hot on the back of your neck.
I turn and look.
You turn and look. You see before you nothing but the woods. Except, no, you're looking closer into the woods, and it almost looks like there's a young girl in there. Likely no older than 16? She's peering out, but standing perfectly still. She has a shock of red hair that seems to glow a little in the moonlight, but that is as much definition as you can see of her.
Even with my dark vision?
Even with your dark vision, yes. The dark vision is what allows you to see, like, to the edge of the forest. It is not only the middle of the night or early morning as it would be, but she is, like, in the shadow of the wood.
Okay, so I'll call out to her. Young one, what are you doing in the forest? It's not safe. There could be more of those creatures still about.
I can defend myself if there are creatures. Thank you, sir. I'm here to help. I heard the cries. I'd only hoped I would come in time. And she steps out of the woods. You see, despite her young age, she has a heavy coat on, a book in one hand, and it could be a staff, it could be a broom. In the other hand, she is holding a piece of it behind herself as she just sort of stares at you. It's difficult to say that you are seeing someone make an insight check against you, but you, oh, well, that's a crit. So I will just ask you, on a crit insight check to a 28, what would this young girl see in you? Would she see a threat, a danger, someone battle-hardened and capable, or would she see more of the sad, broken man staring into a fire?
Looking at me, she'll just physically, she'll see my tough exterior, arms swollen from the years I've spent in my family's forge. And as a dwarf, even I seem to cut a rather imposing figure But as she looks further into my face, into my eyes, she'll see that there's an uncertainty, a loss, a feeling of where do I go from here?
Yeah. She, at seeing that, it seems to calm her. She walks forwards, what is quite clearly a witch of the wood, extending her arm. She doesn't so much fly as she does just gently float, as if her feet could simply ignore the friction of the ground. She sits down at the log next to you, nods, and says, Your fire is dying low. She holds her hand out, and it crackles to a burn again, and she goes, There, that should keep us warm.
Thank you.
Of course.
Kind.
My name is Elodie.
Are you, Elodie?
Yes.
Are you a mage or something?
The ivory towers of academia never quite called to me, but yes, you could call me that. Are you a smith, a fighter? What are you?
That I am. My family is a very old and respected one, a forge.
Aye.
Forge masters and bladesmiths.
It's a good craft.
They have a long history now.
Yes. I hope that history was not damaged today. I would hate to see so many stories go from the world. I couldn't help but overhear your wallowing, and I don't mean to impose. I got here later than I would have liked, later than I could have, later than I should have, most definitely. Do you feel the need to revenge yourself upon this wizard?
Revenge?
Yes.
Of course. What else can I think of? But before revenge,
There's nothing else. I see.
I don't
see.
know.
Yes. Breathe, boy, breathe. I might have a way. You see, calling me a wizard or a mage, it's slightly inaccurate. I'm more of a warlock. The patron of mine gifts me with certain knowledge of the nearby surroundings of the wood and of the mountain. There's a man up there, stronger than anything in my wood and stronger than anything in this village. He's not much more of not the necromancer, although he is quite powerful. Old man goes by the name of Icarus. He could show you a way to strength farther than anything you could grasp at. I tell you this, and I warn you in kind. It is a dangerous journey, and an even worse man. He's been up there for quite some time. It is unlikely that he won't just simply try and make you meet your end when you see him, but if you could convince him to help you, that little wizard is nothing to him. If you care more about getting your final blows and your digs in, I understand and I can be of service, but Icarus in the mountain is far more dangerous than I am, and, well, I'll just say he has his own score to settle with that wizard.
I don't say this lightly.
Of course.
As I am, I'm no match for that necromancer.
Why I gave you the help.
You say this Icarus help make me stronger.
Not only is he, well, strong enough to do your job for you if you've got the coin, he can show you a thing or two about what bones to break. What words to say when you do it to make sure they don't fix back. How hot your hands need to be to cover the amount of blood it would take to fell that man. Well, it's easier if I show you. And she twists something, unbuckling a bit of her coat. You see that while on one hand she has a glove, a nice wool warm thing, clearly handmade leather work, but on the other seems more a cast. And as she takes it off, you can see a hand, or an entire arm up to the elbow, covered in what look like horrific burn marks. The tracks and lines of them still glowing a slight red. She winces as it touches the open air and goes, I myself have a score to settle with that man. This isn't the first village he's taken for some prize, but he came to my house once. He wasn't able to cross the lines, but that didn't exactly stop him. I know what it takes to do great things, great workings of magic, of artifice, of creation, and the price is not to be paid lightly. If you wish, and if your wish to do so is that strong, that coming, then the price will be paid easily, and there will be those who rejoice. I hope you will succeed if you go, but he is everything you are looking for. I assure you of this.
The more she speaks and the more I think on it, just a resolve starts to form in my face and behind my eyes. And when I speak again, there's a certain growing strength behind my voice. Don't worry about me. I'm accustomed to pain, to struggle. If you say this Icarus can make me stronger and help me in my quest to save my sister and take revenge for my village, I will gladly pay that price.
Well then, do you care much for the journey?
How far?
Well, on foot, about a day's walk. Up a frigid mountain top to a small little hut in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Or, could give you a wee gift. You get there in an hour.
I'm not afraid of a walk, but I'm in a bit of a hurry.
That I bet you are. Take it, boy. And she tosses her broom over the fire. You can see the entire shaft of it is scrawled in hand-carved runes that glow in greens, blues, reds, and blacks. Each bit of this magical item is charmed, is made, is protected, is honestly quite a beautiful piece of magic to look at. You are looking at somebody who is quite clearly far older than they look. You can see her eyes sunk a little into her head, and she just nods and says, "They won't trust me for, well, as far as they could burn me, but I will keep this town safe. They won't see me, but I'll keep it safe."
I Thank you.
Of course. And she touches...
I need to make some preparations.
She goes to...
I have to wait the next watch.
Of course. In a moment, there's a blessing I need to give you. Permission to ride such a beast. And she places her hand on the side of your face. Go ahead and take... God damn. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go and take 12 points of fire damage.
Oh.
As you feel her hand burn at your face. For a moment, it feels as though your flesh might tear and wither. But she then takes her hand off. The pain subsides, and there is no visible mark. But you can feel that broom in your hand. You can feel it breathing. Go. Get your man. I'll be in my wood. She pushes herself up off her shoulders, walks back.
I'll just stare after her for a moment, look down at the broom, and then I'll run off to wake the next watch.
Yeah. You go into the cellar, shake one of the younger women. She tosses and turns for a second, goes, what? Oh, it's morning. Yes. Thank you. She just turns over, grabs one of the bottles off one of the sleeping men. His face is still in a blush, a smile of a dream better than whatever is going on outside, plastered shamelessly across his face. She just worms it out a little and goes, "This'll keep me company. Take your rest. The bed's open. Thanks. I'll... anything happen?"
No, not really. We have a new visitor. Don't be alarmed. She's agreed to help guard the village.
Why?
While we're waiting for it.
Don't be... I would generally say it's a bad time to be making deals with strange figures, but, we'll take any help we can get, even if it's from the likes of something cursed.
Cursed?
I don't know what you were talking to. Could damn well be some kind of witch. And as she says this, she wanders back outside, closes the door behind her. You can see just as she leaves, she takes just a huge gulp from that bottle.
So, at that point, have I taken any rest at this point?
You can take a short rest if you'd like, before you head out.
I want to just gather anything that was left over from... Did my family forge burn down as well, or is it one of the things that remains standing?
I would say the steelwork and the stone remained standing. The forge is definitely non-functional, but a lot of the armaments, a lot of the physical, raw materials got taken. Nothing else.
I'll gather any provisions I think might be useful.
Yep.
I'll grab any, if there's any warm clothes that survive, grab those, and then strap my warhammer to my back, and I'll walk to the edge of the forest.
Yeah?
After having taken probably about an hour to just rest.
Absolutely.
And then, what was her name again?
Elodie.
Elodie. I'll just call out, Elodie, are you there?
There's no answer, but you hear a rustling in the wind. It's clear she went back to her hut, to her place in the wood, but you know based on what she said that if you were to deliver a message here, she would receive it.
I don't know for sure if you can hear me, but I'm off to see this Icarus. I'm entrusting you the protection of our village. I hope that you are forthright in what you said. And if not, be assured that you will become a member on the list alongside the necromancer.
You feel a warmth radiate out of this woods. Not as a threat or as a marking like the burn she gave you, but like a true joy at a decision well made. It is less a blast of hot air in the sense of get the hell out of my woods, and more in the sense of if I damage this village and you don't come for me, that's on you.
All right, so then I'll grab hold of the broom. Guess I'll throw my leg over it. I'll just
Yeah.
All right. How do you work this thing?
Immediately the feeling of heat on your face flushes back up as the runes illuminate, and you see that you are not straddling atop a broom, but atop a spectral steed in the shape of quite a large deer. It's a female deer, small in stature, but quite large in size. It envelops your entire body as it stamps around the broom, lifting about 10 feet into the air. It jumps a few times, its hooves hitting off clean air, and then it starts galloping at speeds you could not count towards the face of the mountain. For a moment, as you are hurtling towards it, you think as though you will collide into it, that this was some trick by the witch to kill you and to take your village. And as the deer hits the face of the mountain, you feel your body begin to pass through it. Moments later...
Oh, this is some weird shit here.
As you get to sort of the center of this mountain, bit by bit, you can feel the deer rise into the air. You can see as absolutely nothing around you is somehow hurtling below you. And as you pop out of the edge of a mountain surrounded by trees that have been choked by a winter that does not end, covered in snow, towards the mouth of a nearby cave, you feel no cold as the deer around you glows in a dull bluish green. A teal is the word I was looking for, sorry. It nods at you, kicking the ground with a huff, and then begins to fade and dissipate as, while you are holding this broom, you will not suffer any ravages of temperature that you would not suffer in the wood itself. Seems as though one of the many runes on this deer is that all those who are attuned to it and are connected to it and touching it feel as though they are in the wood.
Okay. So it's kind of like a cold resistance or immunity, or
while It's sort of weather immunity while you are touching the broom.
Okay. So I'll look around. Do I see the hut that she described?
You see the mouth of a cave, an open fire. If you're on the tabletop at the moment, it looks about as about as shown. Just sort of off to the edge over here is a small cave mouth. But that is truly the only thing of note that's nearby.
Okay. So this stuff right here doesn't exist. It's just like, what is this?
Stuff where?
Sorry, I'm not. Let's see. I have to use ping. Like,
Oh, the ping tool is huge for no reason. Fair warning. Oh, no, that fireplace and those small, like, cots and benches most definitely are there. The fire's
Okay.
not actively lit, but it is definitely there.
but there's nobody at
Nobody
those
there.
cots and benches.
No, nobody there.
So not seeing anywhere else, I'll head deeper into the cave, start looking around.
Yeah, you head into this cave. The weather, well, you feel the bite of the cold, but none of its effects. Curse. And you head down into the cave. Suddenly, things become incredibly hot. Thankfully, again, since the broom is protecting you, since you have the protection of the forest and the witch, you are safe from the fire damage you definitely would be taking otherwise. You see someone who appears to be a quite old man in ragged clothes, his bare feet and hands just sort of cut and rough from years of wandering about a mountainside with nowhere near the proper level of protection. His hair, more of a shaggy ball surrounding his face, white wisps of it shooting off in every direction, a thick beard. He is clearly human, but appears to be in his late 90s, despite his well-built form and large stature. He turns his face down to you, just goes, "Someone there."
Hi. I'm looking for the one called Icarus.
I haven't seen Icarus in quite some time. Go away. Come back when you're
Insight
ready.
check.
Absolutely. Do so with advantage.
Uh, 19.
19. It doesn't look like there's more than one person who's ever lived here, and you don't think the witch would have lied to you, as this aged man just sort of grumbles through the cave. He begins to approach you and goes, "Didn't you hear me? I said get lost. There's nothing here for you. There's nothing out there for me."
Well, you may think there's nothing out there for you, but I've heard tale. There's stuff here for me.
Ha!
Knowledge, power.
Oh, power. Of course.
I've heard that you're the one. Give them to me. Icarus.
Smart boy. Good for you. Fine. What do you need this power for, anyways? I'm not just gonna hand it over.
There's a powerful necromancer came through my village. He devastated it. There's barely half the village survived. Took my sister. For what vile means, I don't yet know. But I have to find him. I have to rescue her. But I'm not strong enough as I am.
And what?
I met a woman who said that you could provide that strength.
You
You
think...
can teach me greater than I am.
You think some old man in a cave is the answer to all your problems? Fine, fine. I'll take this up with the witch, but fine. Continue your tale, boy. Come, sit by the fire. Speak of what you've lost, and I will do in kind. And afterwards we will see if you are fit.
So as we sit, I began to, in detail, tell him of all that has happened in the last few days.
Yeah, you see that he's very moved by this. It seems despite whatever rough exterior he has a real soft spot for tragedy. He just goes, yeah, that sounds like him. I too have my hardship. Me, my father. And once we were builders, craftsmen, the likes of which you would never see, and I foolishly took a blimp with my crew. And, well, as you can see, there's no more of them and a lot more of me. I thought I saw something in the sky. They warned me not to fly too close, too high, that the balloon itself would burn up and I would fall. In my idiocy, I did not listen in my youth. My hubris. I flew too close to that ball of fire and found myself here, surrounded by them, dead. And I knew how to start fire, but there was no food. And I did the only thing I thought I could. And in such a time as I made my second grave mistake, I would soon make my third. A voice spoke to me of strength, of a power where I would never need to feel cold, never need to hunger again. And I listened. Foolishly I listened. It told me of an axe that could dig through a cave, dig myself a home in this mountain. I didn't know. I didn't know where it was leading me. And as it bore me to dig into the earth, I found the strength that called to me. It is yours to take if you are foolish enough to take it. But I cannot tell you I will let you do so lightly.
Said a voice called to you.
Yes.
Bade you to dig into the earth. And you said you found it.
Aye.
What is it?
You see a flash of orange in his eyes as his breath quickens. For a moment, you see him breathe. It's showing in the cold mountain air. And then you notice it hadn't until that point. Despite the cold, despite the protection of the witch, your breath shows here, his does not. And he looks to the sky, to the sun itself, and in a shaky, low voice just, "It is beauty. It is the light itself. It is heat. It is magic. It is beauty. Take it if you must, but I will not let you. Prove yourself to me, and it is yours. Yours to take and yours to wield."
Prove myself how?
You see he stands, cracks his fist in his neck, just looks you in your eyes, a fire of strength not used in quite some times, flaring in him. He stretches a wicked grin across his face and goes, "I think you get the idea. Or are you gonna make me punch first?"
Slight smirk comes over my face. And I'll stand as well, drawing my warhammer.
Yeah. You can see the map. You're a good 20 feet away.
If you insist, I have a bit of aggression to work out myself.
Yeah. Necromancers tend to do that to you. And could you go ahead and roll initiative, please?
Right. That is a 19.
Nice. And that is... Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a 14. So you act first.
So then I'll get low into a stance, taking my warhammer in both hands, and with a mighty battle yell, I'll charge. Just, and I'll take a swing as soon as I get close.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Absolutely. You have just enough movement speed to get into melee range. You wail on him. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear God.
I don't suppose a 10 hit.
I don't suppose either. Do you have anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Let's see. What bonus actions do I have? I don't guess hang on here. Are we saying I at least have my Rune Knight abilities yet, or am I just like a basic dwarf at this point?
Oh, no, you are level 15. You have all your abilities, all your stuff.
Okay.
The only thing you don't have is the Flame Tongue Warhammer.
Okay. In that case...
Oh boy, I feel I've opened a can of worms here.
Okay, so I can't use that now. You know what? Action Surge.
Crazy.
So I'm going to swing again.
You're going to swing again. Okay. Roll to hit.
Oh, yes. 25 with a natural 20.
25 with a natural 20. Gorgeous. Roll damage.
All right. 2d10.
2d10.
And that is a 16 damage.
Nice. 16 damage is good. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
And then, you know what? Using my bonus action, I will take one of my charges of Giant's Might, and my size will increase to large.
Nice. So you charge at him a mighty roar. You swing your warhammer. He catches it with the palm of his hand, just sort of batting it away. He smiles at you, a wild look in his eyes. As he begins to laugh, you just flip it around, using that momentum, spinning back. You crack him across the shoulder. He braces, but he skids to the side as you stamp your feet into the ground and grow to a large size. He looks at you and goes, "Oh, it's been too long." And he is going to make a attack against you. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say a 23 hits.
Yeah, just barely.
All right, just barely. Okay, go ahead, take 6 points of damage. He punches you with the brunt of his knuckles. That's 6 fire damage, by the way. He is then going to extra attack. If that hit, the other one hits, and that's the same number. So all 3 hit. So take another. You lucky bastard. Oh, Jesus. A 1 and a 2? Come on. So that's 11 more points of damage.
Is that bludgeoning?
Fire.
Fire. Okay.
And as a bonus action, he is going to try and grapple you. But this is less of a grapple and more a, sumo wrestler push. He is trying to grab both of your hands and enter a sort of contested push, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So could I please get an athletics check?
Athletics?
Yes.
Or strength?
Athletics or strength, whichever you would prefer. The DC you need to beat is a 30.
Oh, Lord. Well, I do have advantage on strength checks right now.
You could
I don't
crit.
think that's really going to matter.
You could crit.
I'll still go for it.
You could crit. You could always crit.
All right, so rolling with advantage.
Yep.
That's a 9.
That's not a crit. You see, as despite your size, he forces his hands forwards. You know what this is. You know what's going on. So you sling back your war pick. He gives you a moment to do so after blasting you in the face and then in the stomach and then in the shoulder again. He wheels his arms back. You meet in the middle. He is, out of pure strength and nothing else, able to grip your hands, pull them backwards, and force a giant to its feet. And he's just bearing down at you. You're a full-size category above him, but he is looking at eye level with you. He just goes, "Come on, dwarf, do better." It is your turn.
All right, so he's got me grappled right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. So when I'm grappled, I'm still able to attack, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, so in that case, I'm going to attempt to still use my... Yeah, I'm going to still try and use the Warhammer to hit him.
Yeah, I'd say since you're grappled, you can't use the two-handed version.
Okay. Does an attack count at all towards strength attack since I'm using my strength? Or no, do I use strength or do I use intelligence?
You use strength for a warhammer, Intelligence is for your spells. With this one, I'd say you can, instead of making attack, try and break the grapple. And I believe you should have extra attack. So you can attack once and then try and break the grapple with your extra attack, even so, if you'd like to.
Oh, you're right. I do have 2 attacks, correct. You know what? I wasted an attack last turn.
You wasted your action
All right.
surge.
I will. All right, so I'll go ahead and try and break out of the grapple.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Oh, I rolled so bad. This time the DC is only a 14.
All right. And athletics is technically a strength, so it's still an advantage.
Absolutely. Actually, I'd say roll flat because you're grappled, so you have disadvantage. Either way,
Okay.
Meets it, makes it. You got a 14, you're good.
All right, so breaks out of the grapple, and then I will take my second attack.
Awesome. I will say, since you're out of the grapple, you can roll with D10s instead of D8s. Outstanding indeed.
18 to hit.
18 does not hit.
Ooh, 18 does not hit. Okay, that's a high AC in there.
Any bonus actions?
No, I don't guess I have any other bonus actions. Let me double check. Nope, that's it.
Yeah. You use your first attack. Your hands are such a larger size than him. Even being a dwarf of large size is so much more beneficial. You crunch his hands back. You can see them sort of shriek away, but he is smiling. You get out, swing that war hammer just straight down on him. You see him wheel back and headbutt it. It is now his turn.
I'll look at him and I'll just say, metal.
Fucking metal. 1, 2, 3 of those. That's a 23, a 17, and a 15.
The 23 and the 17 hit.
Wonderful. 23 and the 17 hit. So that's 7, 6, 13 points of fire damage. As once again he hits that thing with his head. He grabs the he grabs the staff of your war pick, pulling you towards him before gripping in his arm. You can see every muscle in his body is tensed to a dangerous degree as he punches you dead in the face as hard as he can. I'm going to roll a thing he can do here. If he succeeds your armor class on this, you are pushed 10 feet back. Well, that's a 19 on the die, and he has a plus 11 to that, so I think the 30 is good.
Just barely.
As, since you are hit in the face, you are just stumbling backwards, and he is having the greatest time he's had in legitimate years. You see he, stamps his feet on the ground. You can feel a sort of magical pulse spring out from him, and he is going to use his one and only legendary action in order to establish dominance, which is a thing he can do. What this does is, actually, I'll tell you after you likely fail. Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Let's give this a go. That's a 15.
15 just doesn't save. If you have anything you can add to this, it will save.
Let me look. I think I did.
You can't Flash of Genius yourself. Otherwise, I'd be like, you have Flash of Genius.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Do you have a point of inspiration if you'd like to use that?
Oh, I do?
At the start of every single session, you have 1 point of inspiration.
What does inspiration do? Is that advantage? Or
It just allows you to reroll. Not explicitly advantage, but it allows you to reroll, so it's close.
And do I have to take the new roll, or do I...
You have to take the new roll, yes.
Okay. Just how that works.
Mechanically, yeah. Thank you.
Oh. No, not much better. 13.
Worse. Okay. You are relieved of all magical conditions, positive or negative. As he stomps his feet, you feel a blast of heat as that mark on your face flickers off. Suddenly, the bite of the cold of this mountaintop chills around you, and then as he takes 5 feet of movement towards you to get back into the fray, you are within 10 feet of him, so it is no longer cold and is now swelteringly hot. It is your turn.
Now, is this like worse than I'm used to from working in the forge?
Much worse. Working in the forge is like spending an entire day at the beach. Standing within 10 feet of him is like sticking your head inside of the forge.
Okay.
He is radiating an amount of heat where if you stay within 5 feet of him for more than 1 round, you start taking damage.
All right. Just as a point of, you said all magical effects end when he did that, right?
All magical effects on you, not on, like, armor or weapons.
Okay, so then my giant's might would have probably faded as well.
Yes, it would.
Okay. So I was shrunk back down to normal size.
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of looking at him, looking how I shrunk down. Oh, that's a useful trick.
Quite. Fight!
All right, and then let me see. Okay, so he was within 30 feet of me?
He's within 5 feet of you, yeah.
Okay, so since he ended his turn within 5 feet of me, within 30 feet, I'm going to use my reaction to have him do a wisdom saving throw of DC 16.
Oh, he's not great at that. Well, that's a 10.
Oh, all right. So with that, he is charmed by me for 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
While charmed in this way, he has a speed of 0 and is incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor.
What did
he
you
can
cast
repeat the
on
saving
him?
throw at the end of each of his turns, ending the effect on a success.
What did you cast on him?
Stone Rune.
That's crazy. So, you, like, hold your hand out, and just, like, this heat is so oppressive. This, like, cold is so biting. It's a terrible mix of high temperatures. And as a bit of your hand glows a rune, he just looks at you and goes, "Oh, magic is cheap." And as his skin is entirely covered in stone, that begins cracking and melting to molten rock. He is still incapacitated, but unlike most stone, if you were to try and touch this with your bare hands, it would not go well for you.
Right. So, double check. Okay, he doesn't say anything about hitting him, ending it, so I'm going to go ahead and take 2 strikes of my Warhammer now.
Absolutely. You for sure have advantage on these.
Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action first.
Yep.
To reactivate my Giant Might.
Nice. Okay, so how I do situations where you would have advantage twice is you get an additional +2 to the attack on top of the advantage.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't make sense for double advantage to do nothing, in my mind. And +5 is too big of a number.
Alright. So, taking my first swing. And you said that was add +2 to whatever?
Add +2. 12 does not hit.
Right. Take my second swing. Ooh, crit.
Oh,
25 to hit.
And a 27 definitely does.
Alright. So, and that's going to be both hand, so
yep.
2d10.
Is it 1d10 damage without the crit?
Correct.
Okay. Still roll 1d10. How we do crits is at the end we just double the amount of damage it deals.
Oh, okay. So do you want me to re-roll that then?
Yes.
Okay. So re-rolling with 1d10. 5, so 10 damage.
14, actually.
14?
Because of the +2.
Oh, that's for hit and damage?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And because of Giant's Might...
Oh, dear God.
Once on each of your turns, one of your attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can deal 1d6 extra damage to a target on a hit.
I will allow this damage to be considered critical as well.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to deny that. 5, so
that's another...
10?
That's another... Yeah. Jesus. As you just wail on this man, you hit the stone with such a force. The save DC is a 16, correct?
Yes, made at the end of his turn.
Well, that's definitely a 16. So you crack against the stone. You can see that as you hit him, essentially in that moment he makes the save. Mechanically it's still at the end of his turn though, don't worry. And he turns to face, as just with that Giant's Might, you essentially spin him into the ground. He flies off the ground a little bit before slamming into it. He punches the ground hard enough to leave a crack in the mountain. And he just lifts himself back up and goes, "Fine. We're done here. I don't want to kill you. God, you're a good fighter." And he goes to give you the manliest of handshakes. He brings his arm like really high. It is like a comically loud clasp on this mountain top as he shakes your hand and goes, "Well done, boy. Don't let her kill you."
Do I take fire damage for that handshake?
Yeah, you do. Thanks for the reminder. Crunchy crit. Take 6 points of fire damage. Taking fire damage from a handshake is crazy.
All right, so he's allowing me passage further in then.
Yeah. You make your way down the passage, the tunnels lined with scorch marks, and the ramblings dug into the cave. First, you can see bones charred to coal used to tick off the number of days, but after it gets past about 140, you can see it stops. Later on, deeper into the cave, you can see that he had stopped needing to use bones in order to make coal and started just being able to scrape into the wall of the cave itself. And you start hearing singing. A gentle song. Quite a beautiful one. It is high and light, like the playing of a cello with the clef of a violin. As you get deeper into the cave, it starts getting brighter, like there's something at the base of this. You keep pushing and keep going, and at the end you find a swirling ball of heat, and across the walls, scrawled in the ash of charred bone, in the blood of angry scratching, and in more holes dug into the cave here than anywhere else. Just every possible warning to turn back, to not touch the heat. What would you like to do?
All right, so before me, you said basically just a giant flaming ball.
Yep.
Is that what you said?
Big fire orb.
How much of the space does it fill?
About like a foot spherically, like diameter.
Okay, and then how big is the cavern itself?
Good like 40 feet.
All right, and do I see anyone that might be the source of that singing?
It seems as though the singing is coming from the orb itself.
All right, so I'll just call out into the cavern. Hello? Is anyone there?
The singing gets louder. No response.
I was told there was a great power here. One that
Even
can help
louder.
me in my quest to avenge great wrongs.
Suddenly, the singing stops. It does not stop suddenly, but the quiet that fills this space tells you it has not been quiet for a very long time. As the singing ends, you hear a voice coming directly from the orb itself. I am not for foolish men. I am not a tool. I am strength.
If you are strength, then you are what I seek.
Then you are a fool, and as such, what I seek. Take my hand.
Do I see a hand?
There's no hand. It's still just an orb.
I don't see you. Where are you?
I'm right in front of you, boy. Take my hand. You see the orb warp in a way, points of its light stretching at about 5 points somewhat forwards, but they just kind of push in and out of the orb.
All right. So a little unsure about reaching out to the fire, but I came here for a purpose.
Uh-huh.
So I'll stretch out my hand.
Awesome. Go ahead and take, I cannot make this up, 92 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I genuinely could not make that up. That's, well.
I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh, you're not dead? I thought that was the exact amount you had left.
Nope. Just barely alive. I'm like falling to a knee.
Yeah. You take this orb immediately. You are suffused with so much heat, so much light. Your dark vision extends, no longer seeing in black and white, seeing in perfect color for 300 feet. As you land solidly on the ground, you feel your skin melt off, your muscles burn, withering, and evaporating into nothing. You feel yourself a skeleton, still holding on to this orb, as in a moment it spreads across your body. You pull yourself back up, looking at what was once yourself on the ground, and you blink once. The pile of sinew and ash is still there, but your body is back. You feel a strength, a resolve in you like nothing you have ever known. You don't feel cold. Ever. Go to take resistance to cold damage.
Resistance or immunity?
Resistance to cold and fire damage. And you just...
Is there a way to do that in D&D Beyond, or
I will take care of that. Never mind that.
Okay.
There's a way that I can do it in D&D Beyond. I don't know if you can do it to your own character sheet, though. It's almost like if you were to work out for a year straight with a blindfold on, taking that blindfold off, seeing the entirely new body. But yours, it looks the exact same, but you know intrinsically somewhere in you that this is newer. This is stronger. It's not stronger. This is strength. What would you like to do?
Alright, so with that, and you said I still see what was once my body, but it's now a pile of ash in front of me?
A pile of blood, sinew, and ash, yes.
So just with that harrowing experience, I'm like, holy shit. Do I still see the ball of fire in front of me?
No, you do not. The cave is dark, but you can see clearly.
Did it work then?
A voice
I've gained the strength?
comes to you softly. just says, "It worked. I hope this is what you wanted. Because if it's not, there's no turning back."
If you've given me strength, what I wanted. But I feel I still need more. Not just strength, but skills. Weapons. Armor.
Daedalus. Seek
Daedalus.
Daedalus. The man is dead, but his city remains. Seek Daedalus.
All right then. Daedalus it is.
And with that, we will pick back up when you join the campaign.